Ooh, fish on. Oh, that's a nice one. Oh, that hit close. And he's not even hooked in the mouth, is he? Yeah, he's hooked in the mouth. Yep. That was a nice hit. Oh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Ha ha. What up, dude? I'll get you free. Let's get you out of here. That was a nice hit. Close. Okay, got that one out. I appreciate you so much, dude, because you just made my morning. Nice little two. Right. Beautiful colors on them. Greenish gold. That was a nice, nice hit. You go when you're ready. You take your time. There you go. There you go. Enjoy the rest of your day. Oh, that was a nice hit. I thought that cast was pretty much over. And he was up shallow. I'm surprised he hit that close to me. Standing. I'm going to give the drop shot a try. I've got a Morning Dawn floating finesse worm on there and a drop shot weight. Haven't really used a drop shot before. I know a lot of you may be surprised by that, but historically I never wanted to mess with it, right? But for you guys, I said I need to try different stuff out, right? So I'm gonna give it a shot and see what I can come up with here. It's a little more difficult using it from the bank, right? You usually got to have a little bit more of a distance between the hook and the weight, just because you're at more of an angle, right? When you're on a kayak or a boat or something, you're able to drop it straight down or close to straight down, right? So it's not on that much of an angle. But when you're fishing from the bank and you're casting it out a little bit, the further you cast it, obviously, the more of an angle it's going to be on. And the whole idea is to get that bait up off the surface, off the bottom of the lake, right? So that it's kind of suspended and kind of dangling right in front of a fish's face. And you kind of just, keep it fairly fair. You don't want really a lot of slack in it. Maybe just a slight dip in the line, from what I understand. And then every once in a while, because when you're standing still, no matter how hard you try to hold your hand still, it still moves a little bit, right? So you do get a little bit of action that way, and if you want, you can kind of just take the tip of your rod and just jiggle, jiggle, jiggle a little bit, and that'll create some action. And then you figure, even in a lake where it's not a river and there's not moving, current, as you would think of current, right? There is still movement in the water. If you look down here, you can see the stuff that's on the top of the water is moving around, right? So it's not sitting completely still. So there is some water movement, even in a lake or a pond. So that'll create a little bit of an action. And there's a couple different ways you can rig the drop shot. For most natural movement, they say to nose hook it. You could do like a wacky style presentation with it. You can do kind of like a Texas rig where it's on an EWG, right? and that keeps it a little more weedless if you're in a heavy weed environment. I'm nose hooking it right now because I want to try. I've never done this, right? So I want to try and present it the way it was intended to be presented and see if I can get something. And I don't have high expectations because it's the first time, right? I'm using it. So that's one thing, you can't get discouraged, right? Hear a lot of people say, oh, I try this and I don't have luck with it, so I stopped using it. Well, maybe it's your technique, right? Maybe you need to just keep trying it, right? And you may not think of it the first time, second time, third time, but maybe that fourth or fifth time you go out there and you're like, you know what, I haven't done this with it yet. Let me do this. And it just comes to you and you start catching fish, right? So even as I'm just sitting here talking, you know, it's probably moving a little bit more because I'm talking, I'm Italian, so I'm moving my hands around as I'm talking, you know, and that's creating more movement with it. And you know what? And then if you get to a point where you're like, all right, I don't think I'm going to get anything there, you can reel it all back in like I'm doing, and you can try and put it in a different spot. All right, I got a little bit of salad on here, not a lot, so I'm not too concerned with the way I've got it rigged. And again, it's just a morning dawn finesse worm. It's characterized as a floating worm, so it's a little more buoyant. And I just got it nose hooked there. The combo I'm using is a Lose, one of their mocked series. So it's a fairly affordable combo. I mean, it's not cheap, but the reel's got a 10 bearing system. It's an extra fast tip. It's a medium power, extra fast action, and it's rated from 8 to 20 pound test and 1/4 to 3/4 ounce lure. So fish on, fish on. I don't think it's a big one. I got my drag light because these light wire hooks. But I started reeling that drop shot in. This is gonna be my first fish on a drop shot. There we go. Here we go. All right, I'll take it. Oh, and he just spit the hook right here. Son of a gun.